Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here, and today I want to talk to you about a reading challenge. Olive from A Book Olive and Gemma from Non-Fic Books have started a reading challenge for November, and they're calling it Non-Fiction November 2015, and I'm really excited about this because it ties in with something that I wanted to start in November anyway. I mentioned this in a weekly wrap-up a few weeks ago that I'd seen a video about someone who reads multiple books at a time, and it's always been something that I've sort of shied away from. I've not really been able to do it, but I really want to give it a go. So I thought I'm going to ease myself in gently, and in November I'm doing something special which you will see in my November TBR, but what I want to do is to try and read one fiction book and one non-fiction book at the same time. So I'm not increasing what I'm reading in one go to like 5 books at a time. I don't want to have 5 books on the go. I think I'm just going to have 2 books on the go at a time and have one a fiction and one a non-fiction. So this ties in really well with Olive and Gemma's challenge. What their challenge is they just want to encourage people and to push people to try and read more non-fiction in November. So they're using the hashtag Non-Fiction November 2015. They've also got a Goodreads group, and I will link down below the Goodreads group. I'll show you the hashtag, and I'll also link the announcement video which was on Olive, A Book Olive's channel, which is where I saw it. It's really quite a casual challenge. They just want to encourage more people to read non-fiction in November. There are some categories which they've set. I'm not going to be following that, but I will show you the books that I've picked in a moment. So the 4 categories that they have given are number 1, history, number 2, science and nature, number 3, culture and society, and number 4, biography and memoir. And they've just said you can pick one from each category or multiple ones or however you want to do it. So I'm going to show you the books that I really want to get to and tell you a little bit about them and set them as these are going to be my non-fiction books for November. I've picked 5. Realistically, I'll probably only get through 2, I think, but I wanted to give myself 5 so that it gives me a little bit of an option of what I want to read. And what I'm going to try and do is to try and read at least a few chapters, or set myself a certain number of pages a night. So I can read my fiction book, but in the evening I want to read just before bed a certain amount of the book, and I think I'm going to depend that on how big the book is and how long the chapters are. So it may be for one book I set myself 2 chapters, and for another book I set myself 50 pages. I'm just going to take it book by book. So let's have a look at the books that I've picked for this challenge. The first book I was sent by Penguin for review a little while ago, and I really want to get to this as soon as possible, and that is Yeonmi Park's memoir In Order to Live. Yeonmi Park is a North Korean who has escaped from North Korea, and it's about her journey and her story. I think this is going to be really powerful. I'm really interested in North Korea. I'm really interested in Yeonmi Park, and so I really want to read this month. The next book I want to read is I Am Najude, Aged 10 and Divorced. This is by Najude Ali. This is about a girl in the Yemen who in 2008 was given by her father to a man 3 times her age for marriage. It's about the abuse she suffered and how she managed to escape, and I think this is going to be quite a powerful book. It's only a short one, but one that I think is a really important read, and I'm looking forward but I am wanting to get to this, and I'm glad it's on my TBR. Next, for a book about gender, and I'm going to be reading Girls Will Be Girls by Emma O'Toole. I've wanted to read this for ages, and it's about time I got to it. Emma O'Toole writes about dressing up, playing parts and daring to act differently, and just has a look at gender in our modern age. Next is a book that I got ages ago, and I really love this lady's channel. Her name's Caitlin Doherty, and her book is called Smoke Gets Into Your Eyes and Other Lessons from the Crematory. This is a book I found out about through Caitlin's channel. She is a mortician, and it's just a book about death and things that you might not know. Her channel talks about myths and information on dying and death, and the mortuary process, which I find very interesting. This is kind of a memoir of how her journey into the mortuary business and things that she's seen, and also sort of information. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. And then finally, the last book that I may pick up is The Art of Asking by Amanda Palmer. This has been on a lot of people's channels over the last year or since it came out, and it's something that I want to try out. The back of this says it's part manifesto, part revelation. The art of asking will inspire readers to rethink their own ideas about asking, giving, art and love. So I'm really excited to give this one a go too. So that's the 5 books that I'm going to be trying to read in November, along with all the other books that are on my TBR. And yeah, I'm going to set November as a chance to try multiple reading. So I will wrap that up at the end of the month and let you know how I get on. I'm really excited about taking part in this, and definitely recommend you check out Olive's channel and the video announcing it, and join the Goodreads group. I've joined it and will be talking about my books in there. And I'm just really excited to get in some non-fiction. So I'm really pleased that they set up this challenge. So that's it for me today, and let me know, do you read multiple books, and how do you get on with it, and how do you work out when you're going to read books? Do you have a certain time of the day that you read one book and the other, or do you just pick up what you fancy, or do you set yourself a number of pages a day? I'd just be really interested to find out how other people do it. And have you read any of these books, and what did you think of them? Let's chat, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now, BookTube.